Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantahe. Namo Namah Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Namah Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Satchidananda Rupaya Vishwotpatyadi Hetave Tapatraya Vinashaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Numaha. Yam pravrajantam anupetam apeta Dvaipayano viraha katara ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravo bhineduhu tam sarva bhuta hridayam munimanatosmi yasvanubhavam akila shruti saramekam adhyatma deepam atititir shatam tamondham samsarinam karunayaha purana guhyam tam vyasa sunum upayami gurum muninam yogindraya namastasmai शुकाय ब्रह्मरूपिणे संसार सर्पदष्टं यो विष्णुरातम् अमुमुचते कालव्यालमुखग्रास त्रासनिर्नाशहेतवे श्रीमद्भागवतं शास्त्रं कलौकीरेण भाषितम् एतस्मात् अपरं किञ्चित् मनःशुद्ध्यै न विद्यते जन्मान्तरे भवेत् पुण्यं तदा भागवतं लभेत् ज्ञानवैराग्यसम्पूर्णान् हरिभक्तेः परायणान् पूर्वाचार्यात् अहं वन्दे सम्प्रदायप्रवर्तकान् भगवन्नाम साम्राज्य लक्ष्मी सर्वस्व विग्रहं श्रीमद्बोधेन्द्र योगीन्द्र देशिकेन्द्रम् उपास्महे कलिकालोचितं धर्मं नाम संकीर्तनात्मकं निर्णेतुमवतीर्णं तं प्रेमिकं सद्गुरुं भजे हरे रामेति कृष्णेति नाम संकीर्तनं सदा लोकक्षेमाय कुर्वन्तं प्रेमिकं सद्गुरुं भजे जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयात् इतरतश्चार्तेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि धर्मः प्रोज्झितकैतवोऽत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदम् तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृद्यवरुध्यतेऽत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिस्तक्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् श्रीमद्भागवताख्योऽयं प्रत्यक्षः कृष्ण एव हि स्वीकृतोऽसि मया नाथ मुक्त्यर्थं भवसागरे मनोरथो मदीयोऽयं सफलः सर्वदा त्वया निर्विघ्नेनैव कर्तव्यो दासोऽहं तव केशव श्रीहरये नमः श्रीहरे नमः श्रीहरे नमः गोपिका जीवन स्मरणं गोविन्दा गोविन्द सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Okay, welcome everyone. Thanks for adjusting the time. Okay, so we'll start with 24 today. So the fourth canto primarily has four topics, right? We covered three topics. We first started with Daksha Charitram, which was about 6 to 7 chapters. Then we saw Dhruva Charitram, a few chapters. Then we saw long Prithu Charitram, which was the third one. Now, the fourth one in this canto 4 is a very, very, like one of the most, like the essence of Vedanta combined in Bhagavatam. It's very strong and very powerful set of 7 or 8 chapters. I think I was just telling this to Sindhuji the other day when I met her 2 weeks back. Was that like, I don't want any of you Googling or reading about it ahead of time because the stories in these 7, 8 chapters go in a specific way for a specific purpose. So it's going to be like a movie from the next chapter. So I don't want you to read about it and already know what's going to happen at the end of the movie. So patiently wait. Don't ask Chat GPT. Don't go Google. Don't do anything about it. Just go with the flow of this because it's going to be very interesting. And you just have to go through the flow of it because Narada is going to explain something over 6 chapters and you want to listen from his mouth, right? How he wants to explain it. Okay, so we'll start with 24 today. We'll skip the review because we don't have time today. All right. Okay, Srividya, Ramesh, you can be a student and see who else is on. Jay Shri Shankar can be a student. Okay, sorry, I was going to explain the meaning of this first. Okay, so 24th. So the previous one, the Prithu Charitram got over. So little bit in the starting, the lineage of Prithu is mentioned, right? And the best way, and the first few stanzas, he talks about the Prithu's son, the Vijitatswa, who's the person when Indra stole the horse, he went after him and got him, right? So he won over Indra, so he got that name. So it talks about how that Vijitatswa, he also ruled everything properly. It talks about a few of the other people in the lineage of Prithu. You don't have to know all those names, but the best way to remember this is Dashakam 19 of Narayaniyam. It starts Pritos Tunapta Pritu Dharma Karmataha Prachina Barhir Yuvatau Shatadhrutau. So Pritos tu Napta. So in Sahasranam it says Vyasam Vasishtha Naptaram. So Napta means great grandson. Okay, so Prithu, somebody else, Vijitatswa, that is the next person we know. After him, there is a person called as Havirdana, who marries somebody called Havirdani because she marries him. She's called Havirdani. And then the person to know who's fourth in that lineage is a person called Barhishat. So Prachi na Barhir, like it comes Narayana, right? So Barhishat is the name of the person who is relevant. That's the story that's going to start from here. So he's the fourth in the lineage of Prithu. So he's the Napta. He's a great grandson. This Barihishat, he was like, very engaged, like Prithu, and like in Narayana mentioned, he's very similar to Prithu, which means he was very engaged in doing all the necessary sacrifices, all the positive things. So in stanza 9, a word gets used saying Kriya Khandeshu. So which means that he was so engaged in performing these activities which give result, right? So for example, so the word, if you break the word Kriya and Khandeshu, Kriya means the action you're performing, like the homam you're performing, the puja you're performing, all of those is a kriya. Kanda is a section of the Veda. So the Vedas has a section called as Kriya Kandeshu, which talks about if you perform these sacrifices, you get this result. If you take on these puja, if you take on these vows, right, that you do, here are the benefits you're going to get. It's clearly listed. You do this, you get this benefit, right? It's all listed. So this Barhishat was very focused on performing that. So he was so engrossed that he performed a lot of those activities which give positive results, right? But it was always giving him some fruitive results. So one of the things he did was he performed a lot of yajnas. So when you do the yajna, you keep the darbai. So the darba grass, he scattered the darba grass along the yajna. So the tip of the darba grass, he did the yajna by pointing the tip of the darba towards east. So east is Prachina Disha. So because he performed hundreds of sacrifices constantly, the moment one yajnam comes to an end, he used to start another one. And he kept doing it like that all over the earth. He was called as Prachina Barhishat because the Barhishat who performed all these yajnas by putting the dharba facing east, right? So that Prachina Barhishat, so he's also called as Barhishat or, Prachina Barhi in multiple names of it. So thus, that Prachina Barhishat, he was then approached by Brahma to marry somebody called as Shatadruti. So he married Shatadruti to the Prachina Barhishat and Shatadruti, which is what comes in the second line. Prachina Barhir Yuvatau Shatadrutau in Narayana, right? So to those two, Prachina Barhishat and Shatadruti, are born 10 children who were like great blessings. So they were like great devotees right from the beginning, and they were just endowed with all these religiousness from the time they were born. Then they are going to become very famous people later on, right? And the Daksha in the Daksha Charitram, who finally was completed the sacrifice, who we saw in the beginning of the fourth canto, he is going to be born to this Prachetas. So these 10 people are called as Prachetas, right? So they perform, they're also very religious people, very, devoted sons of Prachina Barihishat. So Prachina Barihishat tells these 10 kids, Pracheta, saying that I want you to actually go and marry and grow the population, and then you do your duties, right? So kind of follow the way of what you follow, the grihastha way, and follow that process, right? But he says, but before you actually do any of those stuff, I want you to go and really make sure that you have enough of those blessings of Bhagavan with you. So he says, you go do extensive tapasya. So this 10 brothers, Prachetas, right? And I'm going to reference to this, how this also connects to Mahabharata later. These Prachetas, all of them go and they find like a big water body. So in that water body, they just go there and then they actually perform tapas for 10,000 years. Okay. So in that 10,000 years, in that, they then do a lot of tapas. Before they get in, they actually meet Shiva there. And this is like summary, and then questions are going to get asked. So that's why I'm kind of rushing through the summary. So they meet Shiva there, and Shiva then, out of compassion, blesses them, teaches them all the knowledge that is there, and also teaches them a shloka. So, and then he says that shloka, which Shiva tells them, that you have to dhyayanto, you have to remember, you have to meditate on it, you have to japantaha, you have to say it out loud, you like a japam, and pujayantaha, you also have to worship. So Shiva gives them some slokams and says that you do all of these things, you will attain spiritual perfection. So Shiva gives them this, and they use that and perform tapas for 10,000 years. So that's what Maitreya first talks about. So then immediately when Maitreya talks, is Vidura is like asks a question, right? Saying that, hold on, like, how did they randomly meet Lord Shiva? Where did they meet Lord Shiva? Why did Lord Shiva come in front of them? What was the teaching? What was the shlokam that Lord Shiva actually taught them? I know he says that it is very difficult for anybody to meet Shiva because he only comes in front of people who are not attached to materialistic things, people who are very renunciated, right? People who don't have any material affections. So, how did Lord Shiva come and how did he meet them? So, he then goes to that. So, then he goes and tells a flashback. So, they says these prachetas, they listen to what their father says. So they say, okay, let's go. And then they go westward from wherever they are. We don't know where Prachina Barkishat is, but from wherever Prachina Barkishat is, they go westward. They're looking for a place where they can do tapas. And they keep walking and walking, and they can't find any place which is serene enough for doing proper meditation. Finally, they come across a water body. So they come across that water body, and then the lake was like, or the water body was like just very calm. It was just very still water, to the extent that the aquatic animals which were living in there were also very calm, it was very serene and happy. That entire environment, it talks a little bit about that Tirtha area. It talks about how, that the lake had all these flowers in it. It had all these animals around it. The animals were not hurting each other. They all lived very peacefully. That entire atmosphere was like just absolutely perfect. So these Prachetas decide that we are going to do tapas here. Now, we don't know exactly where this place is, as no, it's not explicitly mentioned, but in Narayanim, Bhattatri says that they came here. So he's sitting in Guruvayur, right? Now, Bhattatri is sitting in Guruvayur, and then when he's writing that in one of the stanza, he says this, his Prachetas came and did tapas here. So from that, you can infer it is probably in that area of Guruvayur where the Prachetas actually came. Now, some of them reference saying that it is that exact Saras, or the pond which is in Guruvayur, right? There are references like that, but nothing explicitly has been stated in Bhagavatam or in Narayaniam saying it is that exact spot. It is only by inference people say, oh, it is Guruvayur, or it is that exact pond that is there in Guruvayur, but it is somewhere close to the Arabian Sea. That much is sure, and it is somewhere in that area. So these Prachetas decide to do tapas. So when they decide to do tapas, suddenly they see Lord Shiva along with his ganas coming out of the water. So it then goes about to describe how Lord Shiva was. He says that his body is just shining like gold. His throat was bluish in color. He had three eyes, and then he was very merciful to look at. And then he was accompanied by all his Bhutaganas. So the Prachetas immediately, do namaskarams to Lord Shiva, and the Lord Shiva then talks to Prachetas, saying that, I'm aware of who you are. I know who Prachina Bargeshat is. I know why he has sent you. I know why you're doing the tapas. And he says that anyone, and there's a beautiful stanza which comes there. I think it's like 28 or something. He says, Bhagavantam Vasudevam Prapannasa Priyohime Says anybody who is devoted to Lord Vasudeva is extremely favorable to me. I like them a lot, because they are just very devoted. And so, which means naturally, the moment you're devoted to Lord Vasudeva, you're also my devotee. I also become their devotees because I'm also a devotee of Lord Vasudeva. So he talks about it. And then he says that, anybody who follows their karma without any attachment, just does their duties for 100 lifetimes continuously, can become the next Brahma. However, in a single lifetime, by unconditional devotional service, one can actually achieve Vaikuntham, right? So that's why it's very important to, to get devoted and be continuous devotion is important. So he talks about that. He says, because you all are great devotees, I am going to teach you some mantra which was taught by Brahma to me, to Shiva, and everybody else during the time of creation. And he says this is the best mantra one can hear. It says it's Pavitram Mangalam Param. It says it's best, it's Pavitram, it's very pure, it's Mangalam, it's very auspicious, and it's Param, which means it's the most superior mantra one can actually learn. And he says, all I want you to do is don't do anything else. I'm going to teach you some specific mantram. Just meditate and chant this mantram underwater. Right? He says, then you'll get whatever you want. That's what he tells Prachetas. And he says, you don't have to do anything else. And that is called as the Rudra Geetam. So it's a song that is sung by Shiva in praise of Narayana. So the rest of the chapter from 33 is literally the Rudra Geetam, what Shiva actually tells, right? So he then tells Prachetas that mantram, and then the Prachetas then do tapas for 10,000 years, just chanting that mantra. So that's what the rest of the 24 is, okay? All right, so we'll start from stanza 1. Maitreyo Vacha Vijitashvodhi Rajasit, Prutu Putrah Prutushravaha Yaviyobhyo Dadat Kashtha, Bhratrubhyo Bhratru Vatsalah. Maitreyo Vacha Vijitashvodhi Rajasit Prutuputrah Prutushravaha Yaviyobhyo Dadat Kashtha Bhratrubhyo Bhratruvatsalah.
Rajesh, is it Yevi Yepyo or Yevi Yopyo?
Yaviyobhyo.
Okay. Thank you.
विजिताश्वोऽधिराजासीत् पृथुपुत्रः पृथुश्रवाः यवियोभ्यो ददात् काष्ठा भ्रातृभ्यो भ्रातृवत्सलः
Maitreyo Vacha Vejitashvodhirajasid Prithuputrah Prithushavaha Yaviyobhyo Dadat Kashta Bhratribhyo Bhratruvatsalah.
Haryakshaya dishat prachim, Dhumra Keshaya Dakshinam Pratichim Vrika Sanyaya, Turyam Dravinase Vibhuhu. So the initial set of stanzas just talks about the children of Prachina of Prithu and how he divides the kingdom and all of that, and eventually it will come to Prachina Barhisha. Till then, it's just talking about the lineage. Haryakshayadishat prachim dhumrakeshaya dakshinam pratichim vrikasanyaya turyam dravinase vibhuhu.
हर्याक्ष्यादिशत् प्राचीं धूम्रकेशाय दक्षिणां प्रतीचीं वृकसंज्ञाय तुर्यां द्रविणसे विभुः
Haryakshaya Prachin Dhumrakeshaya Dakshinam Pratichim Vrikasanyaya Turyam Dravinase Vibhuhu.
Antardhana gatim shakrat. So double la, one of the la becomes a it. Shakrat, labdhvantar dhana sanyitah apatya trayamadatta, shikhandinyam susammatam. Antardhanagatim shakrat labdhvantardhana sangnitah apatya trayamadatta shikhandinyam susammatam.
अन्तर्धानगतिं शक्रात् लब्ध्वान्तर्धानसंज्ञक संहितः अपत्यत्रयमादत्त शिखण्डिन्यां सुसम्मतम्
अन्तर्धानगतिं शक्रात् लब्ध्वान्तर्धानसंयतः अपत्यत्रयमाधत्त शिखण्डिन्यां सुसम्मतम्
Shikandi here is referring to his name, the Vijitashwa, who is Prithu's son. His wife's name is Shikandi. Pavakah Pavamanascha, Shuchir Ityagnayah Pura Vasishta Shapad Utpannaha, Punar Yoga Gatim Gataha. Pavakah Pavamanascha Shuchirit Yagnayah Pura Vasishta Shapad Utpannaha Punar Yoga Gatim Gataha.
पावकः पावमानश्च शुचिरित्यज्ञयः पुरा वसिष्ठशापादुत्पन्नाः पुनर्योगगतिं गताः
पावकः पवमानश्च शुचिरित्यज्ञयः पुरा वसिष्ठशापाद् उत्पन्नाः पुनर्योगगतिं गताः.
There's just one line mentioned, no background story, but saying that the three children, Pavaka, Pavamana, Shuchi, three children who are born to them, are reborn because of some curse they had. They were some demigods before who then got cursed by Vasishta due to some reason, because of which they are just born here. That's the only reference. Antardhano nabhaswatyam, havirdhanam avindata, yeah, Indram Ashwahartaram, Bidwanapi na Jagnivan. Antardhano nabhaswatyam havirdhanam avindata ya Indram Ashwahartaram Bidwanapi na Jagnivan.
अन्तर्धानो नभस्वत्यां हविर्दानमवन्दित य
Avindata.
इन्द्र sorry
Avindata.
हविर्दानमविन्दत य इन्द्रमश्वहर्तारं विद्वानपि न जग्निवान्
अन्तर्धानो नभस्वत्यां हविर्धानम् अविन्दत य इन्द्रम् अश्वहर्तारं विद्वान् अपि न जग्निवान्.
Ragnyam Vrittim Karadana Putaplas Danda Shulkadi Darunam Manyamano Dirga Satra Putaplas Vyajena Visasarjaha. So that the son of Prithu, he became a ruler, but when you're a ruler, you have to also be very strict, right? Which means that when people do bad things, you have to punish and all that. But he says he was not interested in punishing people, even though they made mistakes. So he eventually quit everything and he ends up going off to the forest. Rajnyam vrittim karadana danda shulkadi darunam manyamano dirga satra vyajena visasarjaha.
राज्ञां वृत्तिं करादानदण्डशुल्कादिदारुणां मन्यमानो दीर्घसत्रव्याजेन विससर्जः
राज्ञां वृत्तिं करादानदण्डशुल्कादिदारुणां मन्यमानो दीर्घसत्रव्याजेन विससर्जः.
Tatrapi hamsam purusham, paramatmanam atma drik, just breaking at that ma, paramatmanam atma drik, yajams tallokatamapa, kushalena samadhina. Tatrapi hamsam purusham paramatmanam atma drik, yajams tallokatamapa kushalena samadhina.
तत्रापि हंसं पुरुषं परमात्मानम् अमात्मदृक् यजंस्तल्लोकतामाप कुशलेन समाधिना
तत्रापि हंसं पुरुषं परमात्मानम् आत्मदृक् यजंस्तल्लोकतामाप कुशलेन समाधिना.
Havirdhanat, Havirdhani. So you might see another dha underneath that dha. That's because that ha takes the sound of a dha, but you can say ha as well. Havirdhanat havirdhani, comma. Vidurasuta shatsutan barhishadam gayam shuklam, comma. Krishnam satyam jitavratam. So that Havirdhana and Havirdhani is born Barhishat. Havirdhanat havirdhani vidurasuta shatsutan barhishadam gayam shuklam Krishnam satyam jitavratam.
हविर्दानादविर्दानि विदुरासूतशत्सुतान् बर्हिषदं गयं शुक्लं कृष्णं सत्यं चितव्रतम्
अविर्धानादविर्धानि विदुरासूतषट्सुतान् बर्हिषदं गयं शुक्लं कृष्णं सत्यं जितव्रतम्
Barhishat su mahabhago, comma. Havirdhanif prajapatihi kriyakandeshu nishnato, comma. Yogeshu cha kurudvah. So this person, Barhishat, kriyakandeshu, like I explained, as well as yoga. So like Ashtanga yoga and everything, he was very powerful with all of that. So he was also equivalent to that of a Prajapati. बर्हिषत्सु महाभागो हाविर्धानिः प्रजापतिः क्रियाकाण्डेषु निष्णातो योगेषु च कुरुद्वः.
बर्हिषत्सु महाभागो हाविर्दानिः प्रजापतिः क्रियाकाण्डेषु निष्णातो योगेषु च कुरुत्वः
बर्हिषत्सु महाभागो हाविर्धानिः प्रजापतिः क्रियाकाण्डेषु निष्णातो योगेषु च कुरुद्वः
यस्येदं देवयजनं, ब्रेकिंग at that ma, अनु यज्ञं वितन्वतः प्राचीनाग्रैः कुशैर् आसीत्, ब्रेकिंग at the da, प्राचीनाग्रैः कुशैर् आसीत्, comma, Astritam Vasudha Talam. Kushaihi refers to the Kusha Dharba grass, which he puts in the Prachina Disha. Yasyedham Deva Yajanham Anuyajnam Vitanvataha Prachinagraih Kushair Asit Astritam Vasudha Talam.
यस्येदं देवयजनम् अनुयज्ञं वितन्वतः प्राचीनाग्रैः कुशैरासीत् आस्तृतं वसुधातलम्
यस्येदं देवयजनम् अनुयज्ञं वितन्वतः प्राचीन आग्रैः कुशैरासीत् आस्त्रितं वसुधातलम्
Samudrim Deva Devoktam, breaking at that ma, comma, Upayeme Shatadrutim Yam Vikshya Charu Sarvangim, comma, Kishorim Sushtvalankratam. It sound is come Sushtvalankratam Parikramantim, breaking at that ma, Udvahe, comma, Chakamegnish Shukimiva. Chakamegnihi, put a ish to join. Chakamegnish Shukimiva. Samudrim Deva Devoktam Upaheme Shatadrutim Yam Vikshya Charu Sarvangim Kishorim Sushtvalankratam Parikramantim Udvahe Chakamegnish
सामुद्रीं देवदेवोक्तम् उपये मे शतद्रुतिं यां वीक्ष्य चारु सर्वाङ्गीं किशोरीं सुष्ठ्वलङ्कृतां परिक्रमन्तीम् उद्वाहे चक्मेऽग्निशुक्कीमिव
last word. Chakamegnish.
चकमेऽग्निशुकीमिव
सामुद्रीं देवदेवोक्तामुपये मे शतद्रुतिं यां वीक्ष्य चारु सर्वाङ्गीं किशोरीं सुष्ठ्वलङ्कृतां परिक्रमन्तीमुद्वाहे चकमेघ्निशुकीम् इव
Bibudhasura Gandharva, put a plus, Muni Siddha Naroragaha vijitas suryaya dikshu, kvanayantyaiva nupuraihi. Vibudhasura gandharva munisiddha naro raghaha vijita suryaya dikshu kvanayantyaiva nupuraihi.
विबुधासुरगन्धर्वमुनिसिद्धनरो रगाः विजिता सूर्यया दिक्षु क्वणयत्यैव नूपुरैः
The last word kvanayantyaiva in sound.
क्वणयन्त्यैव नूपुरैः
विबुधासुरगन्धर्वमुनिसिद्धनरोरगाः विजिताः सूर्यया दिक्षु क्वनयन्त्यैव नूपुरैः
Prachina barhishaf putraha, shatadrutyam dashabhavan tulya nama vratas sarve, dharma snataf prachetasah. Prachina barhishaf putraha shatadrutyam dashabhavan tulya nama vratas sarve, dharma snataf prachetasah.
प्राचीनबर्हिषः पुत्राः शतधृत्यां दशाभवन् तुल्यनामवृताः सर्वे धर्मस्नाताः प्रचेतसः
प्राचीनबर्हिषः पुत्राः शतधृत्यां दशाभवन् तुल्यनामव्रताः सर्वे धर्मस्नाताः प्रचेतसः
पित्रादिष्टाः प्रजा सर्गे, तपसेर्नवम् आविशन्, ब्रेकिंग at that ma, तपसेर्नवम् आविशन् दश वर्ष सहस्राणि. So dasha sahasrani, so 10 times 1000, 10,000. Dasha varsha sahasrani tapasarchams tapaspatim. And later on, it will tell why they meditated for 10,000 years. That will come later. पित्रादिष्टाः प्रजा सर्गे तपसेर्नवमाविशन् दश वर्षसहस्राणि तपसार्चंस्तपस्पतिम्.
पित्रादिष्टाः प्रजा सर्गे तपसेर्नवम् आविशन् दशवर्षसहस्राणि तपसार्चंस्तपस्पतिम्
पित्रादिष्टाः प्रजा सर्गे तपस्सेर्नवम् आविशन् दशवर्षसहस्राणि तपसार्चंस्तपस्पतिम्
यदुक्तं पतिदृष्टेन, गिरिशेन प्रसीदता तद्ध्यायन्तो जपन्तश्च, पूजयन्तश्च संयताः. यदुक्तं पतिदृष्टेन गिरिशेन प्रसीदता तद्ध्यायन्तो जपन्तश्च पूजयन्तश्च संयताः.
यदुक्तं पथि दृष्टेन गिरिशेन प्रसीदता तद्ध्यायन्तो जपन्तश्च पूजयन्तश्च संयताः
यदुक्तं पतिदृष्टेन गिरिशेन प्रसीदता तद्ध्यायन्तो जपन्तश्च पूजयन्तश्च संयताः
विदुरौ वाच प्रचेतसां गिरित्रेण, यथासीत् पतिसङ्गमः यदुताः हरः प्रीतः, that is goes away, विसर्गा प्रीतः तन्नो ब्रह्मन् वदार्तवत्. विदुरौ वाच प्रचेतसां गिरित्रेण यथासीत् पतिसङ्गमः यदुताः हरः प्रीतः तन्नो ब्रह्मन् वदार्तवत्.
विदुरौवाच प्रचेतसां गिरित्रेण यथासीत् पथि सङ्गमः यदुताः हरः प्रीतः तन्नो ब्रह्मन् वदार्तवत्.
विदुरोवाच प्रचेतसां गिरित्रेण यथासीत् पति सङ्गमः यदुत्ताः हरः प्रीतः तन्नो ब्रह्मन् वधार्तवत्.
सङ्गमः खलु विप्रर्षे, शिवेनेह शरीरिणां दुर्लभो मुनयो दद्युः. So the ra goes away, visarga, dadyuh. Next word starts with the a. Asangat, the dhya that is there, I'm just breaking into it and a ya there. Asangat yama bhipsitam. Last word there. So here it says that, that anybody who has a material body, how did they get a contact with Shiva even when they are alive, and what did they do to get that meeting with Shiva here? Sangamah khalu vipnarshe shive neha sharirinam durlabho munayo dadyuhu asangat yamabhipsitam.
सङ्गमः खलु विप्रर्षे शिवेनेह शरीरिणां दुर्लभो मुनयो दद्युः असङ्गात्यमभीप्सितम्
सङ्गमः खलु विप्रर्षे शिवे नेह शरीरिणां दुर्लभो मुनयो दद्युः असङ्गाद्यमभीप्सितम्
Atma ramopi yastvasya, loka kalpasya radhase shaktya yukto vicharati, ghoraya bhagavan bhavaha. Atma ramopi yastvasya loka kalpasya radhase shaktya yukto vicharati, ghoraya bhagavan bhavaha.
आत्मा रामोऽपि यस्त्वस्य लोककल्पस्य राधसे शक्त्या युक्तो विचरति घोरया भगवान् भवः
आत्मा रामोऽपि यस्त्वस्य लोककल्पस्य राधसे शक्त्या युक्तो विचरति घोरया भगवान् भवः
Just saying Shiva is always roaming around with his Shaktis, with Durga and with Kali, who is very Ghoram. So, when it's very difficult for anybody to come in contact with him. So, it's just continuing that question. Maitreyo Vacha, Prachetasah Pitur Vakyam, Shirasadaya Sadhavaha, Disham Pratichim Prayayuhu, that is goes away, Visarga, Tapasyadrita Chetasah. So there are going to be 3 instances where the children absolutely listen. Like this is one instance where, Prachina Barkishat says, you go do tapas for thousands of years or whatever. Prachetas just go. Later on, the Prachetas get Daksha, and then Daksha is going to do the same thing to children who just blindly will follow the father, will not question and quit everything and go do tapas. Maitreyo vacha prachetasah piturvakyam shirasadaya sadhavah disham pratichim prayayuhu tapasya dhritachetasah.
मैत्रेयोवाच प्रचेतसः पितुर्वाक्यं शिरसादाय साधवः दिशं प्रतीचीं प्रययुः तपस्यादृतचेतसः
मैत्रेयोवाच प्रचेतसः पितुर्वाक्यं शिरसादाय साधवः दिशं प्रतीचिं प्रयुयुः तपस्या धृतचेतसः
Sa samudramupa. I think some books may not have the word sa in the beginning. If you don't, then add it. It will be 2 sa. Sa samudramupa vistirnam, breaking at that ma, im, apashyan su mahatsarah mahanmana iva swacham, prasanna salilashayam. So as they were going Pratichim, which is west, then there near an ocean, when you're at the Arabian Sea, near that they saw a big area, which was big lake, which is big like an ocean, but it's a big lake, water body. Sa samudhamupavistirnam apashyan sumahatsarah mahanmana iva swacham prasanna salilashayam.
समुद्रमुपविस्तीर्णम् अपश्यन् सुमहत्सरः महन्मन इव स्वच्छं प्रसन्नसलिलाशयम्
Jayashree, mute little.
Sorry, Rajesh. Samudram upavistirnam apashyan sumahatsarah mahanmana ivat swacham prasanna salilashayam.
Just switch next 20 minutes. Arti, you can be a student, and Narayani, you can be a student. Neela Raktotpalamboja, put a plus. Kahlaren Divarakaram. Ich and the la there. kahlarin divarakaram. So that word is together. Hamsa sarasa chakrahva, put a plus. Karandava nikujitam. Just talks about all the aquatic animals and the flowers and everything which is there. Neelaraktotpalamboja kahlarin divarakaram. Hamsa sarasa chakrahva karandava nikujitam.
नीलरक्तोत्पलाम्बोजकह्लारेन्दीवराकरम् हंससारसचक्राह्वकारण्डव
नीलरक्तोत्पलाम्बोज कह्लारेन्दीवराकरम् हंससारसचक्राह्वकारण्डवनिकूजितम्
Matta Bhramara
Rajesh, sorry,
Sauswarya.
one quick question, Rajesh.
Ah,
The
yeah.
second part of first line is Kalhara or Kahlara?
Ich
So
Kahlari.
H first, H
Yeah,
sound first.
ich first, yeah, H first, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Rajesh.
Matta Bhramara Sauswarya, put a plus again. Hrishta Roma Latangripam Padma Kosha Rajo Dikshu, comma, Vikshipat Pavanotsavam. Mattabhamara Sauswarya Hrishta Roma Latangripam Padma Kosha Rajo Dikshu Vikshipat Pavanotsavam.
मत्तभ्रमरसौस्वर्यहृष्टरोमलताङ्घ्रिपम् पद्मकोशरजो दिक्षु विक्षिपत्पवनोत्सवम्
ராஜேஷ் பிளஸ் இருக்கா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் லைன்ல
First line is plus continuous. Yeah.
ஓகே मत्तभ्रमरसौस्वर्यहृष्टरोमलताङ्घ्रिपम् पद्मकोशरजो दिक्षु विक्षिपत्पवनोत्सवम्
Tatra Gandharvam Akarnya, breaking at that mark, comma, Divya Marga Manoharam Vijirasmyu, so Visismyu Rajaputraste, so Visismyu Rajaputraste, comma, Mridanga Panavadhyanu. Tatra Gandharvamakarnya Divya Marga Manoharam Visismyu Rajaputraste Mridanga Panavadhyanu.
तत्र गान्धर्वम् आकर्ण्य दिव्यमार्गमनोहरम् विसिस्म्यो राजपुत्रास्ते मृदङ्गपणवाद्यनु
तत्र गान्धर्वम् आकर्ण्य दिव्यमार्गमनोहरम् विसिस्म्यु राजपुत्रास्ते मृदङ्गपणवाद्यनु
Tarhevat Sarasas Tasmat. If you have a double na, one of them becomes a it. Tasmat, comma. Nishkramantam Sahanugam Upagiyamanam Amara, put a plus. Pravaram Vibudhanugaihi. This is where he's saying Shiva is coming out along with his Ghanas emerging from that water. Tarheva Sarasas Tasmat Nishkramantam Sahanugam Upagiyamanam Amara Pravaram Vibudhanugaihi.
तर्ह्येव सरसस्तस्मात् निष्क्रामन्तं सहानुगम् उपगीयमानम् अमरप्रवरं विबुधानुगैः
दर्ह्येव सरसस्तस्मात् निष्क्रामन्तं सहानुगम् उपगीयमानम् अमरप्रवरं विबुधानु எப்படி சொல்லலாம் சாரி
And the Amara varakum halfway point.
ஓகே उपगीयमानममरम्
Amara
अमर प्रवरं विबुधानुगैः
Tapta Hema Nikayabham, comma, Shiti Kantham Trilochanam Prasada Sumukam Vikshya, comma, Pranimur Jata Kautukaha. This is like the one line which gives a description of what they see of Lord Shiva. Tapta Hemanikayabham Shitikantham Trilochanam Prasada Sumukham Vikshya Pranimur Jata Kautukaha.
तप्तहेमनिकायाभं शितिकण्ठं त्रिलोचनं प्रसादसुमुखं वीक्ष्य प्रणेमुर्जातकौतुकाः
तप्तहेमनिकायाभं शितिखण्डं त्रिलोचनं प्रसादसुमुखं वीक्ष्य प्रेणमुर्जात कौतुकाः.
The last word, Pranimur.
प्रणेमुर्जात कौतुकाः.
Satan Prapannarti Haro, Bhagavan Dharmavatsalah Dharmagnan Sheela Sampannan, Preetah Preetanu Vachah. Shiva was very compassionate, Dharmavatsalaha. Out of compassion to Prachetas, he first talks and then he'll tell the Geetam later. Sathan Prapannarti Haro Bhagavan Dharmavatsalah Dharmagnan Sheela Sampannan Preetah Preetanu Vachah.
सतान् प्रपन्नार्तिहरो भगवान् धर्मवत्सलः धर्मज्ञान् शीलसम्पन्नान् प्रीतः प्रीतानुवाचः
सतान् प्रपन्नार्तिहरो भगवान् धर्मवत्सलः धर्मज्ञान् शीलसम्पन्नान् प्रीतः प्रीतानुवाचः.
Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedishataf Putra, Viditam Vash Chikirshitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Va, Evam Me Darshanam Kritam. Shri Rudra Uvacha Yuyam Vedishataf Putra Viditam Vash Chikirshitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Va, Evam Me Darshanam Kritam.
श्रीरुद्र उवाच यूयं वेदिषदः पुत्रा विदितं वश्चिकीर्षितम् अनुग्रहाय भद्रं व एवं मे दर्शनं कृतम्
श्रीरुद्र उवाच यूयं वेदिषतः पुत्रा विदितं वश्चिकीर्षितम् अनुग्रहाय भद्रं व एवं मे दर्शनं कृतम्.
Rajesh,
Yeah.
is it Shri Rudra Vacha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because mine doesn't have a Shri.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and mine has a Shri. Yeah. Yaf Param Ramhasas Sakshat, Trigunaj Jiva Sangitat Bhagavantam Vasudevam, Prapanna Sa Priyohime. Yaf Param Ramhasas Sakshat Triguna Jiva Sangitat Bhagavantam Vasudevam Prapanna Sa Priyohime.
यः परं ब्रह्मसः साक्षात् त्रिगुणा जीवसंज्ञितात् भगवन्तं वासुदेवं प्रपन्नः स प्रियो हि मे
यः परं ब्रह्मसः साक्षात् त्रिगुणा जीवसंहितात् भगवन्तं वासुदेवं प्रपन्नः स प्रियो हि मे.
Swadharma Nishtash Shata Janmabhif Puman, Virinchatam Eti Tatah Param Himam Avyakritam Bhagavatota Vaishnavam, Padam Yathaham Vibudah Kalatyaye. This is where he says that 100 births continuously, you do your karma properly, you can become the Brahma. But then even when you become the Brahma, you have to wait till the end of Brahma's life to achieve complete liberation, get freed, because Brahma still has to do his duties. But then by properly following the path of a Vaishnava, like we said, the Vaishnava doesn't just mean you're born in that family. The one who's performing those duties properly, that person can get liberated. Swadharmanishtashtha janma bhif puman birinchatameti tataf param himam अव्याकृतं भागवतोत वैष्णवं पदं यथाहं विबुधाः कलात्यये
स्वधर्मनिष्ठ शतजन्मभिः पुमान् विरिञ्चतामेति ततः परं हिमाम् अव्याकृतं भागवतोऽथ वैष्णवं पदं यथाहं विबुधः कलात्यये
स्वधर्मनिष्ठः शतजन्मभिः पुमान् विरिञ्चतामेति ततः परं हिमाम् अव्याकृतं भागवतोत वैष्णवम् पदं यथाहं विबुधाः कलात्यये
अथ भागवता यूयं प्रियास्त भगवान् यथा न मत् भागवतानां च प्रेयानन्योऽस्ति कर्हिचित् अथ भागवता यूयं प्रियास्त भगवान् यथा न मद् भागवतानां च प्रेयानन्योऽस्ति कर्हिचित्
अथ भागवता यूयं प्रियास्थ भगवान् यथा नमद्भागवतानां च प्रेयानन्योऽस्ति कर्हिचित्
अत भागवता यूयं प्रियास्त भगवान् यथा नमद्भागवतानां च प्रेयानन्योऽस्ति कर्हिचित्.
Yes, and she's saying that not only am I dear to the great devotees of Vasudeva, he says there's no one who's more dearer to them than I am to them. So he says, so essentially, because that's why he's going to chant the entire Rudra Gitam 46 stanzas, right, praising Narayana here. So that's the statement he's saying. Idam viviktam japtavyam, pavitram mangalam param, nishreyasa karam chapi, shruyatam tad vadami vaha. Saying, I'm going to tell you what you need to do, which you can japtavyam and or you can pray on that every day. Idam viviktam japtavyam pavitram mangalam param nishreyasa karam chapi shruyatam tad vadami vaha.
इदं विविक्तं जप्तव्यं पवित्रं मङ्गलं परं निःश्रेयसकरं चापि श्रूयतां तद्वदामि वः
इदं विविक्तं जप्तव्यं पवित्रं मङ्गलं परं निःश्रेयसकरं चापि श्रूयतां तद्वदामि वः.
Maitreya Vacha Ityanukroša hridayo, Bhagavanaha tan Shivaha Bhaddanjalin Rajaputran, double na put in, Rajaputran, Narayana Parovachaha. Maitreya Vacha Ityanukroša hridayo Bhagavanaha tan Shivaha Bhaddanjalin Rajaputran, Narayana Parovachaha.
मैत्रेय उवाच इत्यनुक्रोशहृदयो भगवानाहतान् शिवः बद्धाञ्जलीन् राजपुत्रान् नारायणपरो वचः
मैत्रेयोवाच इत्यनुक्रोशहृदयो भगवानाहतान् शिवः बद्धाञ्जलीन् राजपुत्रान् नारायणपरो वचः.
Sri Rudra Uvacha. So you can start marking. This is the beginning of the Rudra Gitam from stanza 33, and it goes all the way to 68 of this. So 46 stanzas of Rudra Gitam. So that's like one separate section that you can chant every day just on its own standalone. Sri Rudra Uvacha Jitam te Atma Vidhurya, put a plus. Atma Vidhurya.
Jitam teya tava.
Te. If you have a third, just change it to a te there.
Thanks.
Yeah. Jitam te Atma Vidhurya, put a plus. Swastaye swastirastume. Bhavata radhasa radham, sarvasma atmane namaha. I'm not going to be able to explain the meaning of all of this. Each of this is a praise, right? Some of this will be easy to understand, but each of that is a praise, of the Lord. श्रीरुद्र उवाच जितं ते आत्मविद्धुर्य स्वस्तये स्वस्तिरस्तु मे भवता राधसाराद्धं सर्वस्मा आत्मने नमः।
श्रीरुद्र उवाच जितं ते आत्मविद्धुर्य स्वस्तये स्वस्तिरस्तु मे भवता राधसाराद्धं सर्वस्मा आत्मने नमः।
श्रीरुद्र उवाच जितं ते आत्मविद्धुर्य स्वस्तये प्लस् पठनोल्या विद्धुर्य स्वस्तये स्वस्तिरस्तु मे भवता राधसाराद्धं सर्वस्मा आत्मने नमः।
नमः पंकजनाभाय भूत सूक्ष्मेन्द्रियात्मने वासुदेवाय शांताय कूटस्थाय स्वरोचिषे। नमः पंकजनाभाय भूत सूक्ष्मेन्द्रियात्मने वासुदेवाय शांताय कूटस्थाय स्वरोचिषे।
नमः पंकजनाभाय भूतसूक्ष्मेन्द्रियात्मने वासुदेवाय शान्ताय कूटस्थाय स्वरोचिषे।
नमः पंकजनाभाय भूतसूक्ष्मेन्द्रियात्मने वासुदेवाय शान्ताय कूटस्थाय स्वरोचिषे।
संकर्षणाय सूक्ष्माय धुरन्तायान्तकाय च नमो विश्वप्रबोधाय प्रद्युम्नायान्तरात्मने। One word. संकर्षणाय सूक्ष्माय दुरन्तायान्तकाय च नमो विश्वप्रबोधाय प्रद्युम्नायान्तरात्मने।
संकर्षणाय सूक्ष्माय दुरन्तायान्तकाय च नमो विश्वप्रबोधाय प्रद्युम्नायान्तरात्मने।
संकर्षणाय सूक्ष्माय दुरन्तायान्तकाय च नमो विश्वप्रबोधाय प्रद्युम्नायान्तरात्मने।
नमो अनिरुद्धाय हृषिकेशेन्द्रियात्मने नमः परमहंसाय पूर्णाय निभृतात्मने। नमो निरुद्धाय हृषिकेशेन्द्रियात्मने नमः परमहंसाय पूर्णाय निभृतात्मने।
नमो निरुद्धाय हृषिकेशेन्द्रियात्मने नमः परमहंसाय पूर्णाय निभृतात्मने।
नमो निरुद्धाय ऋषिकेशेन्द्रियात्मने नमः परमहंसाय पूर्णाय निभृतात्मने।
Okay, we'll stop here today. Shri Hare Namaha, Shri Hare Namaha, Shri Hare Namaha. Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda Govinda. Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि. Thank you, everyone. See you on Sunday.
Thank you, Rajesh.
See you guys.
Thank you, Rajesh.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye,
Rajesh.
everyone.
Sorry,
Bye,
later on
everyone.
the class.
No problem. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.